The Classic TV channel is your happy trails to golden oldies television from the 1940s through the formative years of the 1950s and 60s. Enjoy restored TV shows Mickey Rooney Show, Groucho Marx, Trouble with Father, Terry and the Pirates, One Step Beyond, Beverly Hillbillies, Bonanza, The Lucy Show, Dick Van Dyke, Annie Oakley, Ozzie and Harriet, The Howdy Doody Show, and many, many more. Binge your night away. So return with us now to those golden days of yesteryear.
I married Joan. What a girl, what a world, what a life. Oh, I married Joan. What a mind, love is blind, what a wife. Giddy and gay, all day she keeps my heart laughing. Never know where her brain has flown. To each his own, can't deny that's why I married Joan. I married Joan.
Oh, lead me to that couch. Shopping is murder, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm not going shopping again for a whole week. Oh, my aching feet.
I know what you mean.
But shopping's fun, isn't it? They're showing so many wonderful things.
Some wonderful buys, too.
Yeah, why, would you believe it? I saw a mink coat for $15,000 marked down to 14.
Well, what good is it? They'll only sell one to a customer. Come on, Nancy, sit down and relax.
Oh, yeah.
Read.
Oh, gee. That feels good.
Sometimes when you stand on your feet long enough, they get numb.
Sometimes if you rub them, you start the circulation.
That's a good idea. Ooh. Talk about numb. My feet are so numb I can't even feel them. Excuse me, here. I'm sorry, dear. I got my slippers.
Oh, I couldn't walk another step since I've had it.
Good thing Charlie's coming to pick you up.
Yeah. We could drop you by your place, sweetie.
Swell. I've got so many packages. Hey, Joni, you bought so many things. What'd you do, have them all sent?
No, I returned them.
Do you mean to say you returned all those things before you brought them home?
Well, sure, I figured why make an extra trip? I'm in the store anyway.
I don't get it.
Oh, well, Brad warned me not to buy any more clothes this month. I'm way over my budget anyway, so I had all the fun of shopping, and then I returned everything. All except this dress, of course. I just couldn't get myself to give it back.
Oh, no, it looks beautiful on you.
Thanks. Oh, I dread telling Brad about it. I know you'll be furious with me.
What's your problem, Joni? If I had a new dress and I didn't want Charlie to know about it, I'd just take the bull by the horns. And when he came in, I'd say, how do you like this old dress with the new belt on it, Charlie? Well, you can say the same thing to your husband.
Oh, no, Brad would get suspicious. Especially when I called him Charlie.
Joan, now take this new hat I bought. Am I going to tell Charlie it's new? Of course not. I'll say it's my last year's hat with a new feather in it.
Well, I've never yet lied to Brad, and I'm not going to start now.
Lie. That wouldn't be a lie.
It would?
Well, no, of course not. It's just a way of, well, it's a way of promoting a happy domestic relationship.
Sure.
Oh, I'm sorry, but I couldn't do it. I believe that two people should be able to trust each other.
That's right. But husbands aren't people.
Of course not. They're just men.
Well, don't knock it, kids. That's all we girls have got. Besides, old hat, new feather. What husband would swallow a story like that?
Oh, that must be Charlie now.
I'll get it. Hello, Charlie.
Hello, Joan. How are you? Oh, Helen. Oh, honey.
Hi, sweetie.
How are you?
We're taking Helen home.
Oh, fine. Say, isn't that a new hat?
You mean this old... Don't you recognize it? It's last year's hat, dear. It just has a new feather in it.
Oh, looks great.
I'm surprised at you, Charlie, not remembering this old hat.
Well, I'm sorry. Goodbye, Joan. You coming, Helen?
All those packages are ours, dear. I'll see you tomorrow, Joan.
I'll be right with you, kids.
Are you going to try it?
Well, it's my duty. If I tell Brad the truth, he'll get upset. He'll start to worry. High blood pressure. Well, I can see him in the hospital. Doctors, transfusions. Helen, I've got to tell that lie to save my husband's life.
Julie, I'm home.
In here, dear.
Hi, Joni.
Oh, hello, darling. How are things go in court today?
Oh, just fine. Is dinner almost ready?
Be ready in a minute.
Well, I'll just run along and wash up. Say, isn't that a new dress?
New dress? This old thing? Why, Brad, I've had this dress for almost a year now. It must be this new belt that makes it look new.
Joni.
Yes, Brad.
Joni, do you realize the first time you've ever done that?
Well, Brad,
In all the years that we're married, it's the first time.
Brad, I can explain.
It's the first time you didn't welcome me home with a kiss.
Well, Brad, I can explain. Kiss? Oh, Brad, darling. How could I forget such an important thing as that, darling? I'm sorry.
That's much better now.
By the way, Brad, you're sure you remember the dress now?
Huh?
This dress, I mean, you don't think it's a new one anymore, do you?
Oh, no, I recognized it right away. The belt threw me off for a minute. You wore it, let's see, last month at the dance, and the last time you wore it was last week at the theater.
Then you do remember it.
Yeah, I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings by not recognizing it right away.
Oh, it's all right.
As a matter of fact, Joni, you have so many other pretty dresses, I don't see why you wear that same old thing all the time. Oh, boy, honey. That was a wonderful dinner.
Oh, it was nothing, dear. Just something I whipped together in 4 or 5 hours.
Oh, no, I mean it. The roast was just wonderful, and the potatoes were just perfect.
Well, if I must say so myself, one thing I'm an expert at is French lies. The fries! Oh, speaking of lies, Brad, reminds me, I mean, not that it reminds me, it doesn't remind me at all. There's no connection well, wasn't it funny when you thought that this was a new dress?
Uh-huh.
Oh, boy, that's sure was funny. This whole thing, a new dress, shows you what a new belt can do. You really thought that this was a new dress. This old thing.
Joni, is something wrong?
No, dear, I just have an itch.
Well, you better come here and let me scratch it.
Thanks, honey, but it just went away.
Oh, honey, here's your half of the paper.
Oh, well, thank you, dear.
Well, aren't you going to read it?
Well, I can read it from here.
Huh?
Those Yankees did it again. I'll be right there, honey. I just sort of like a long walk after dinner. Well, there's nothing like relaxing with the evening paper, honey.
Joni, what is this?
This is a new contour position. Very good for relaxing the heart and lungs. All the doctors are recommending this now. It's very good for him.
Is that so? Well, I think I'll try it. So, you know, this is kind of relaxing.
Best thing in the world for you.
Joni, how long do you have to stay in this position?
Oh, well, that depends, dear.
Depends.
You know, sometimes you stay in this position longer and sometimes shorter. Got a feeling this is one of my long days.
Joni, are you hiding something from me?
Yeah. No?
Well, I mean, are you feeling all right, dear? And why do you have to relax your heart and your lungs?
Well, a girl's got to look after her heart and lungs, you know. If they ever stop, you're in big trouble. You got to watch the ticker and tick, 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 tick. And the lungs, lung. I'm so relaxed now, dear, that I think I should go to bed.
Yes, yes, honey. You better run along.
Yeah, good night, darling.
Good night. What?
Well, this is the moving contour position. It stirs up the liver. Spine for the spine, hip for the hip. In fact, it's great for the whole darn plate.
Stand by, everybody. Well, folks, we'll be on the air very shortly. Now, just remember, relax. And don't forget, we're here to help you. Places, please. Now, let's put on the masks, please. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome once again to Marriage Clinic. Each week at this time, we try to help solve the problems of men and women who have sailed into rough weather on the sea of matrimony. As you know, it is the policy of this program not to embarrass those who come to seek our advice. Therefore, we have provided them with masks in order that they may not easily be recognized. And further, instead of using their names, we have given them numbers. These are our guests this evening, and we sincerely hope that we can be of assistance to them as they stand face to face with life's gravest problem, a crumbling marriage. To answer their questions tonight, we have assembled a panel of outstanding experts. First, that noted psychologist, Dr. Theodore von Griffin.
How do you do?
Doctor. Second, Miss Margaret Willoughby, President of Southside University. Miss Willoughby, please. Our third expert this evening was to have been Dr. Horace Griswold, but circumstances prevented him from appearing. We are most fortunate at the last minute, however, to have prevailed upon our expert of last week, Judge Bradley J. Stevens, to be with us once again tonight. Nice to have you again. Our first case this evening is number 686. 686 is, I believe, one of the ladies. Excuse me, I think this is a little bit of a mix-up here. No, you're not 686.
Me neither. I'm 989.
Oh, so that's it. You see, this is a 686.
I'm 989.
Well, very well then. We'll have case number 989 first.
I'm 686.
Madam, you are the first case. Please, would you mind taking a chair there? Now, madam, please, will you tell us your problem?
Well, you see, I love my husband very much, and my husband loves me very much, and we like the same kind of books and the same kind of music, and I'm not jealous of him, and he's not jealous of me, and we're both absolutely crazy about each other.
What is your problem, then?
My problem is this. What's a happily married girl like me doing on this program? Bye.
Just a moment. Didn't you tell me your problem was something about your husband and lying?
A husband and lying?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, husband and lying. Well, you see, my husband is lying around the house all day, gathering a lot of dust, but it's nothing, and I'm a little late, so good night, folks.
No. You told me that you had lied to your husband, remember?
There, young lady, you must try to trust us. We're only here to help you.
Well, it's entirely possible that some of us here share your husband's views.
But it's not only entirely possible, it's highly probable. Say, maybe I could find out what my husband thinks by talking to you.
That's it exactly. That's the whole idea of this program, Mrs.
No names, please. No.
Well, now, just tell us in your own words just exactly what your problem is.
Well, to put it simply, I told my husband a little lie.
A little lie? That doesn't sound so terrible.
It doesn't?
Why, no. We thought you had a serious problem.
I hate to disagree with my colleagues, but in my opinion, there's no such thing as a little lie. No. One little lie leads to another, and then to another, until the whole foundation of marriage crumbles. Do you understand?
Yes, dear.
Of course, you see, I'm a married man, and my wife has the same opportunities as you for lying, right?
Oh, I suppose so.
But my wife wouldn't think of lying. You bet she would. So if my wife doesn't lie to me, why should you lie to your husband? Because the whole success of marriage is based on a mutual love, a mutual fondness, a mutual understanding, and a mutual... Just what is this little lie you told your husband?
Would you mind repeating the question?
I said, just what is this little lie you told your husband?
Oh, that old thing. Well, it all started at home one day when I suddenly took off under my own power and started flying around the room. Well, my husband was slightly puzzled, and he said, why are you flying around the room? And I said, well, I must fly, dear, because I'm a B-36. So I must fly. I must fly. I must fly. You're stalling the motor, sir. I must fly. But anyway, you see, that was the little lie that I told my husband. I'm not really a B-36 at all. I'm a jet.
Hello, Tom. This is Judge Stevens. Look, Tom, will you do me a favor? Could you stop by the house in about an hour? Mrs. Stevens is up to something, and I want to try and find out what it is, so stop by the police lab and bring a lie detector. Yeah, that's right. Thanks, Tom. You know, I can't get over my experience at that television program. Imagine a woman doing a crazy thing like that, then running out of the studio and disappearing. They couldn't find a trace of her, and they chased her for 6 blocks.
7. Oh, 7. I get off here. I don't know what I'm talking about. I think I'll get a cold towel for my head, dear. I haven't been well lately. You're the cause of all this. Oh, boy, I'd like to... Why couldn't you have been a flowered prince so I could hate you? Why did you let me try you on? Why didn't you keep your big fat zipper shut? You caused me so much trouble. I'd gladly take you by the collar and... Oh, but you're such nice material. I guess I shouldn't blame you anyway. After all, it's my own fault. I'm the one that told the lie. That first lie caused me. Oh.
Oh, hello, Judge. Hello, Tom. I see you brought the machine.
Yeah, it's real heavy, too.
Yeah, well, wait a minute. You put it right down over here.
Over here?
Yeah, I'll get this chair out of the way in this thing.
Thank you.
We are. Oh, Joni. Joni, this is Tom Randolph of the police lab.
Hello, Mrs. Stevens.
How do you do? Oh, how are you?
Yes, honey, he's here to demonstrate something for me. You know, I've always wanted to see one of these gadgets work. I've always been interested in lie detectors. Joni, darling, baby, are you hurt? My gosh, what happened?
I just tripped on a piece of milk. No, it's a hunk of soup. You know, I've been so loose lately. I just seem to fall apart at the strangest times. I'm all right, though. Everything's fine.
You be careful now, honey.
Yes, dear.
All right.
Judge, it's those needles that really tell the story. You see, this first needle records the heartbeat, the second needle records the respiration rate, and the third one marks the blood pressure.
Well, wait a minute, will you, Tom? Joan. Joni, will you come here and help us work this thing, please?
That'll be fine, then I can give you a practical demonstration.
I've got a wonderful idea, Brad. I'll go get my Aunt Martha. You know what a wonderful liar she is. That's how she got my Uncle Harry. Do you remember?
Oh, now, wait a minute, Joan. We don't need a liar. I just want to see how this thing operates.
The idea behind the machine is really very simple. You see, when a person tells a lie, their blood pressure changes and the heartbeat changes, and we can tell by the movement of those needles.
Well, I think you better get somebody else to demonstrate the machine on
Why?
there. Well, the machine is AC, and I operate on DC. My electrician told me that the last time.
Oh, Joan. Stop making such a fuss. You go over and sit in that chair, and, Tom, we'll put on the clamps.
All right. Now, first, you attach this to your left wrist.
I confess, I did it. I confess, I'm sorry I did it, but I did it. It's done, and I did it. I confess, that's all I did it.
Joni, we haven't even asked you a question.
I haven't even plugged in the machine yet.
No.
Oh, well, then I didn't do it.
Oh, now, listen, stop making such a fuss. Sit down. I'm just going to ask you simple questions, and you answer truthfully.
That's right. You just relax and answer the questions, that's all.
That's it. Now, the first one, what is your name?
Joan Stevens.
See that, Judge? Needles are all moving evenly. That's because she told the truth.
Uh-huh. Now, let's see, what is your address?
My address? My address is an old address. You just think it's a new address because it's got a newer belt. It's an old address with a newer belt. An old address with a newer belt.
Judge, if something went wrong, I better fix these needles.
Joni, dear, I just asked you your address, where you live.
Oh. Then I didn't do it.
All right, Judge. You can go ahead. It's all fixed again.
All right, now stop making such a fuss, Joni. And get your mind off that dress. I recognize it, honey. Last year's dress with a new belt, right? I said it was last year's dress with a new belt, right? Joni, take it easy, honey. Take it easy. Darling, are you all right?
Oh, Brad, I'll never tell another lie again as long as I live. That was a new dress. I said it was an old one.
I knew it, honey. But I had to teach you a lesson.
Well, you certainly did.
Well, you see, honey, and think of the energy you wasted. I knew it was a new dress all along.
You did.
Why, certainly, right from the moment I saw it.
Really?
Yes, darling. I knew it was a new dress all the time.
I married Joan. What a girl, what a world, what a life. Oh, I married Joan. What a mind, love is blind, what a wife. Giddy and gay, all day she keeps my heart laughing. Never know where her brain has gone. To each his own. Can't deny that's why I married Joan. I married Joan. What a girl, what a world, what a life. Oh, I married Joan. What a mind, love is blind, what a wife. Giddy and gay, all day she keeps my heart laughing. Never know where her brain has gone. To each his own. Can't deny that's why I married Joan. I married Joan.
Dr. Hammond, thank you very much. In juvenile cases, it's wonderful to have the help of an expert psychologist like yourself.
I was glad to be of assistance to you.
I wish I could add a psychologist to my staff permanently.
Well, whoever it might be, I'm sure the psychologist would like that. You know, you work well with one. You have that rare understanding. By the way, if I may give some free advice, you ought to relax a little more. You're working yourself much too hard.
Well, as it is, I'm 3 days behind schedule now, Dr. Hammond.
Oh, please. Call me Laura.
All right, Laura.
But really, you should slow down a little. Take some time off.
I know it. I've even toyed with the idea of sending myself up for 30 days. That's a little legal joke.
You may laugh, Judge, but you could use a little relaxation. If you were one of my patients, I'd advise you to take the rest of the day off.
I know, but that's impossible. I still have 4 appointments.
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I've upset your schedule.
Oh, no. No. Well, thank you, Dr. Hammond. I mean, Laura. I wish I could take your advice about relaxing, but you see, I have clients that have made appointments, regardless of how nervous and tired and... Yes. Goodbye. Oh, he's right. Miss Bromley.
Yes, sir?
Will you cancel the rest of my appointments? I'm going home to relax.
There, I think we've got all the names now.
Good. If we sell them all tickets, we'll make this the best affair our club ever held.
Let's start with Charlotte. She always buys tickets for everything.
Right. Charlotte is first on the list. Say, Joan, that couch, has it always been there?
Huh?
I mean, haven't you ever tried the couch somewhere else?
Well, no, what's wrong with it there?
Well, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just that it's, well, sort of usual.
What do you mean?
I mean, it's not unusual.
Maybe that's what makes it usual.
It's not that I'm trying to criticize or anything. It's just that I like to rearrange my furniture from time to time, and you never do. It's such fun. Come on, let's do it now.
Now?
Sure, I'll give you a hand.
Oh, it might freshen the room up at that.
It will. You take that end.
It'll
You look good by the fireplace. By the fireplace. Okay, you win by the wall.
I'll toss you for it. I'll take heads.
Right.
Heads. I win. By the wall.
Oh, by the way, what's on the other side?
I'm afraid to look. Well, what do you know, a two-headed horse. Just for that, you get your choice.
Never mind. By the wall.
By the wall. Oh.
Now, wait a minute, Joan. That table, I think we ought to move it and try. Let's try it in the alcove. It should look wonderful. Yeah. Uh-huh. And, let me see. Oh, and Joan, bring the little table back in here to put on the end of the sofa. Yeah, that should look fine. And I saw a thing in a magazine last month. You'd love it. Let's try the chair that way, over here in the hall. Yeah. Oh, and now listen, Joan. Let's move the sofa right back into the corner.
Right.
Oh, it should look charming that way. Just about. And move the little table over to the arm. Now, let's see. I think these 2 chairs should be reversed. Let's move this chair over here, Joan. Yeah. Now, let's see. Let's move the easy chair on this side.
Chair. Believe me, it isn't easy. Oh,
Yes, this is going to look wonderful. And, Joan, bring the little table for between the 2. Oh, well, we did it. Now, just look at your room, Joan. Doesn't it look wonderful?
Well, it took a lot of work and a lot of effort, but now that it's finished, there's one thing I have to admit. It looked a lot better the other way.
Joan.
I'm only kidding you, Mabel. I think it looks beautiful like this. Really, I do.
Well, come on. We got to get going. We have lots of tickets to sell today.
Joni! I'm home.
Well, as soon as I saw Charlotte's living room, I had to come right back here. Why, she had the couch facing the fireplace and a chair like that over in the corner, and it looked just perfect.
Oh, Joan, I think it looks nice this way.
Yeah, but not as nice as Charlotte's. And as long as I'm changing it, I might as well do it right. Come on, give me a hand.
All right.
Uh-oh.
What's the matter?
I can't straighten up. I think I got a case of couch crouch. My back. Oh. Oh, but it was worth it, though. Doesn't the room look beautiful now?
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Well, come on. We've got to get over to Helen Randolph's. We've got lots of tickets to sell.
Okay.
Here you are.
Goodbye, you crazy, mixed-up bunch of furniture.
Joni, is that you? No.
Oh. Dr. Hammond. There we are. Hello, Dr. Hammond, this is Bradley Stevens. You remember what you told me today about relaxing? Well, I've got a real problem now. Yeah, I think my furniture keeps moving. But I took a nap. That's when it moved again. Look, I've got to see you as soon as possible. But what'll I do in the meantime? Oh, go back to sleep. Yes, I'll try that. Goodbye, Laura.
There. This is how Helen Randolph had her place, and it was simply darling.
Now, look, Joan, you've got to make up your mind. Do you like it like Helen Randolph's or like Charlotte's, or the way we had it first?
Well...
You can't keep moving furniture every half hour, or at least I can't. Now, which way do you like best?
Well, Mabel, I hate to say this, but...
Now, don't tell me you like it the original way.
Okay, I won't tell you, but that's the way I like it.
I give up. A whole afternoon wasted for nothing.
Oh, but it wasn't for nothing. Now I know that my furniture was right all along. Well, come on, we've got tickets to sell.
Oh. What about the furniture?
Oh, I'll put it all back later. I'm not back in an hour. Start moving without me?
Oh, I'm sick. Dr. Hammond, let's see. Hello, Laura. Laura, the furniture. Furniture, it just moved again. Yeah, I've got to see you right away. It's worse than before. Well, I just hope my wife doesn't find out about it. She'll be so upset that... Oh, I gotta hang up. Things are moving again. I'll get my hat. I'll be right over.
Hello, lover.
Oh, Joan. Oh, you startled me.
Oh, I'm sorry, dear. Is everything all right?
Well, certainly. Why did you ask?
Well, honey, you looked at the lamp and what you were doing at the mantel and the couch.
Well, I was just trying to kill a moth. You see, it was flying around here somewhere, and there it is. No! What?
Roo-dee-roo-da-roo, bibbidi-bibbidi-boo.
Why don't you sit down, Brad, and try to relax?
Well, I guess you're right about my working too hard. 1 minute the furniture's over here, and the next minute it's in another place.
You're obviously suffering from some sort of inner conflict. The moving furniture merely denotes an unconscious desire to get away from your present surroundings.
Well, I do spend a lot of time at home.
Brad, do sit down. I'd advise you to get away from the house. Give yourself a change of scenery. Even get away from your wife occasionally.
My wife? Well, I don't know. I can't think of anything bothering me that badly.
Obviously, there is something. You'll admit that for the rest of us, furniture does not move by itself.
That's a good point.
I have a patient in a minute, but I think we should discuss this further. I'd like to help you. Not as a patient, as a friend.
Well, that's very kind of you.
Let's see. I don't have any time today. Oh, this evening I'll be taking a drive down to the seashore. Why don't you come along and we can discuss your problem then? Inform me.
This evening?
You must catch these things quickly. Why, in your nervous condition, you might even sentence an innocent man.
Oh, I wouldn't want to do that.
Tonight at 8, then. By the way, Brad, I wouldn't mention this to your wife just yet. It might cause an emotional disturbance for her.
Well, all right, Doctor. Maybe if I just took some sulfur and molasses.
I've been thinking it over, dear, and I've run into these same symptoms before. What you're suffering from is a familiar old disease known as husbanditis. You've got a restless husband on your hands, Joni. I think he's trying to hide something from you. Cherchez la femme.
Cherchez la femme. Don't be silly. He keeps it right in his medicine chest. Uses it after shaving. He doesn't hide the... Cherchez la femme?
Exactly. Find the woman.
Oh, that's the silliest thing I ever heard in my life. Another woman in Brad's life? Why, the only other woman in Brad's life is his mama.
Joan, I tell you, you can't trust any man. The minute you take your eye off them, they start to roam. They're like a lot of buffalo, always looking for new pastures.
Yeah, and when they find out where the deer and the antelope play, they want to get in on the game. Oh, but not my Brad. He's no buffalo. It's just the way his robe fits. Oh, you can't make me believe that there's another woman in Brad's life.
Joan, I hate to say this, but I've been through it. I know all the signs. First, they try to pull the wool over your eyes. Then, when they think they've got you fooled, they come home one night and they say, "Darling, I'm sure you won't mind, but I'm going out with the boys this evening." Believe me,
Hello, darling.
Hello, Mabel.
Hi, Brad.
How are you?
Fine.
Say, darling,
Yes?
I hope you won't mind, but I'm going out with the boys this evening.
Do you know, Brad, I thought I heard you say that you're going out with the boys this evening. Well, the next time I go swimming, I gotta make sure all the water is out.
Well, lover, that's what I said. I said I'm going out with the boys.
Well, honey, if you'd rather go out with the boys...
Well, honey, don't put it that way just because I want to get out of the house for an evening. Besides, if I don't show up, the fellas will be disappointed.
Name them. I mean, which fellas?
Well, there's Charlie. He called me at the office today, and he said that he'd be free tonight.
Oh, yeah? Well, Charlie can't go out with you because he's spending the evening with a sick friend.
Well, if Charlie can't make it, then I'll go out with Henry.
Henry is the sick fiend, the friend.
Well, if they can't make it, I'll go off someplace by myself.
Ye know, Lob.
What?
Baloney. I said on the way home, darling, just stop and pick up a couple of pounds of bologna.
Yes, well, I'll be running along, dear. Goodbye. Goodbye, Mabel.
Bye, Brad.
I'll just be...
Have a nice time.
Don't just stand there. Put on your coat.
Put on my coat? What for?
Well, you're going after him, aren't you? Find out if he told you the truth?
Well, I wouldn't think of following Brad. If he says he's going out alone, that's good enough for me. Well, what do you think I am? One of those suspicious wives that doubts her husband? I better not let him get too much of a head start.
You know, Laura, it was a lucky day for me when you walked into my office.
I'm glad you think so. I feel it was a lucky day for me, too, Brad. You know, there's a lovely place to dance at the end of the pier.
Up there?
Uh-huh. Shall we go?
We judges aren't much for dancing. Much for... Oh, look at this, one of these machines. You know, I haven't seen one of these since I was a kid. How about that? It's like the one, exactly one. Oh. Oh, here we are. Look what it says. You will meet a beautiful redhead who will alter the course of your life. And that's right, you did alter the course of my life, Laura.
Did I, Brad? Tell me more. Shall we sit down on the bench?
Yes. Ah. I've been thinking.
Thinking about what?
Joan. Poor kid is at home alone. Doesn't know where I am or even who I'm out with. Laura.
What's the matter, Brad?
Things are moving again. Just when I thought I was cured, that machine started to move.
Now, Brad, you must relax. Rest your head on my shoulder.
Well.
Look, a fortune machine. Let's see if we should get married.
Oh, these machines are a lot of
Oh,
buzz.
come on, Dick.
Oh, all right.
You will be married within a year. You will have 11 children, all girls. Dick, did you hear that?
What's the matter with that young feller? Oh, Ma, look here.
Land sakes.
One of them fortune-telling things.
Let's put a nickel in and get our fortunes told.
Okay by me, Ma. I always was a sport. Ziggity. Says here I'm going to meet a beautiful blonde. Put another nickel in.
It certainly has been a wonderful evening for me.
Yeah, what's the matter? Must be broke. Oh. Suffering catfish. Says here I'm going to meet a gorgeous brunette. Hey, give me a quarter, Ma. I want to hit the jackpot.
You just calm down, Edgar. You better come along with me.
But now listen, Ma.
Hi, babe.
Oh, I guess I better give it some oil.
And that's why you were hiding in that fortune-telling machine, because you thought I was out with another woman.
How about you, Brad? Running to a psychologist just because I moved the furniture a few times.
Joan, what are you thinking? Huh?
Well, I was thinking, Brad, that, well, Dr. Hammond did such a fine job for you, I'd like to go see her myself.
What for?
For Mabel.
Mabel?
Yes, a very close friend of Mabel's has a husband another woman is trying to steal.
Oh, well, that's awful. I think Dr. Hammond would be able to help in a situation like that.
Well, that's exactly the way I figured, Brad. I think I ought to phone Dr. Hammond for an appointment.
Well, I'll do it right away, dear, before that other woman gets a chance to steal that poor sap.
Well, I wouldn't exactly call him a poor sap, Brad. Yes, I guess I better phone her about the poor sap.
Joan, I'll go in with you so I can introduce you.
No, dear, you sit right here. I'll be right out.
Hello. Won't you sit down?
Well, thank you for giving me an appointment right away, Dr. Hammond.
That's all right. Just tell me your problem, Mrs.
Oh, well, my name really isn't important. I'm here for a friend.
Oh, I see.
You see, my friend's husband recently met a woman, and this woman is trying to steal my husband. That is, my friend's husband, not mine, because I'm not my friend, and she's not me. So my husband couldn't be hers, or hers mine. Did you see, Doctor?
Would you please lie down on the couch over there?
I just wanted to ask you one simple question. Could you possibly forget that you're a psychologist for a moment? Woman to woman, what would you do if another woman was trying to steal your husband?
Well, speaking not as a psychologist, but as a woman, confidentially, I'd punch her right in the nose.
Thank you, Dr. Hammond. That's all I wanted to know. Oh, honey, that Dr. Hammond is just wonderful. Only one session. And not only my friend feels better, I feel a lot better, too.
I married Joan. What a girl, what a world, what a life. Oh, I married Joan. What a mind, love is blind.